Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Mr. DDG94 here with another NBA 2K My Career gameplay. And I know we are not supposed to be talking in the middle of the player introductions, but I was on Operation Sports and I totally forgot that Operation Sports was invited out to LA by 2K, and they gave their in-depth review of what they experienced when they were out at 2K. And this was written by Dustin Toms of Operation Sports, and I'm just gonna go through everything that he was talking about here, so let's get into it. First things first, he said before I get into the nitty-gritty, this article will be strictly about on-court gameplay. My career information will be coming out on Monday. So today there will be some my career stuff that I'm gonna probably have to fucking talk about. God damn it. But anyway, that on Monday that I'm probably gonna have to talk about. Well, today is Monday as I'm recording this, so yeah. Fuck. God damn it, man. They got me working day and night. 2K and EA got me working day and fucking night. I can't get no goddamn sleep. So I can't wait to just leave, man. Can't wait to fucking leave, man. And you'll find out, and you'll find it here on Operation Sports. Also Monday, you'll see some gameplay footage at last from your favorite NBA teams. Okay, so with that information out the way, let's play basketball. NBA 2K is in its third year with a new physics engine that they debuted on a new generation of consoles. During this time, the graphics have been improved drastically, yes, but the gameplay has not been necessarily always kept up. Yes, thank you, Operation Sports, thank you. However, this year, the team has potentially made a game that plays as pretty as it looks. Notice how he said potentially, because he did not get enough time with the game. From going down the article, it says he only played three full games, 3 full games, 4-minute quarters, which is regular NBA teams. Now, first game he played was the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks was a CPU, and he was playing with my hometown team, the Milwaukee Bucks. The hometown. So he goes with Milwaukee Bucks. And it says he wanted to see how the defense mechanics will work with the Milwaukee Bucks, considering the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks has a minimum of 6'6" in their starting lineup. So this team is tall and lanky, and they should be blocking shots, and they should be sending shots back like it's 10 Dwight Howards out there. And they weren't a great offensive team. They weren't a great offensive team, but putting G-Baby on Kyle Korver was good because it minimized him. Michael Carter Williams' size was a challenge for Jeff Teague. Jabari matched up against Millsap, and Millsap won the battle 9 times out of 10. Okay, that's kind of obvious. Millsap got that post game on point. And the pick and roll system. Yeah, he was using the pick and roll system to get those mid ranges. And then he said, however, Korver was running off screens and he was still getting open every once in a while. Teague's speed was a challenge for Michael Carter Williams. And then when Atlanta started running their sets, that's when Millsap started to punish Jabari on the offensive side. but Millsap had a harder time trying to control Jabari Parker on his part of the defensive end. So that's saying something there. That's saying something. So basically what he's coming to is that even though one player might be defensively challenged against the other player, that's not going to negate the fact that the other player can't guard you as well. So if you can't guard a certain player, so if you're playing with a certain player that can't guard a certain player, then then that does not mean that that player can guard your player. So hopefully that means that the game is actually now balanced, and you can actually take advantage of the person, or you could take advantage of one-on-one situations against a weak defender who cannot guard you. Then he said the next game he played was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, why would you not play with the Cleveland Cavaliers? You got to see how LeBron plays in this system, right? So he plays with the Cavaliers versus the Sacramento Kings. I don't know about the Kings. I probably would have went with the Bulls just to make it fair, so that way we can get a good hand. But anyways, though, I'm gonna let that slide. He said the first thing that he realized was that LeBron James is hands down the best player on the court. His size and speed and athleticism is unmatched. So pretty much LeBron James is pretty much the same way he was in NBA 2K15, a fucking cheese fest. But he said unlike the Bucks and Hawks game, which was really a defensive battle, this game right here was an offensive grinder, as he was never able to pull away from the Sacramento Kings because Rudy Gay was catching fire. Now Rudy Gay plays the small forward position, so how the fuck is Rudy Gay overshadowing LeBron in this case? I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, though, Sacramento's defense in the paint was true to form, as it was, DeMarcus Cousins and Trill Will. I think that's what he calls himself now, Trill Will Cauley-Stein, doing what they were expected to do, which is pretty much protect the rim. But he was able to cancel out the strategy by having Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson in the game. And he said Kyrie was the most explosive guard on the floor, but Rondo did a good job at containing him. Then he said, I was underwhelmed with the rebounding battle in this one, as it was easily doubled up, as I easily doubled up the Kings despite facing DeMarcus Cousins with Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson and Mozgov constantly in the game. All the boards were his. This was the only reason why I was able to squeak out a 2-point win, but the road atmosphere was tough, so he was on the road. So road games must mean something. Home court advantage must actually mean something now. So the crowd's momentum factor might mean something in this game. He's giving us little details and hints here as I'm talking about this. Then there was the third and final game. He did the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now that's not a bad matchup there. With all the focus that has been put into defense, of course the Grizzlies are going to see some love on that part. They completely blanketed Kevin Durant all night, holding him to just 6 points. He could not get an open shot. Even KD's quickness and quick high release, which doesn't look much better, was not doing the guy who was playing any good with all the hands in his face. When KD was able to pass Matt Barnes and the double teams. Zach Randolph was there to size him up and shut him down in the driving in the lane where he was driving to. The strength and body size alone was too much to handle. He forced up a few shots and drew a couple fouls, but nothing was working. He was forced to try a different strategy, so he tried to switch his focus on the Westbrook. It felt like KD was hurt all over again. Westbrook was running in circles using his signature size ups to wreak havoc. His explosiveness was showing as well. With KD out of the picture, someone needed to step up. Kyle Singler was knocking down shots, rolling off screens and getting open and stuff like that. So the role players will when the star player, so pretty much what it's saying is when one of the star players isn't showing up, your role players will eventually come in and try to do something. And I like that. I like how the intelligence of the player to say, I like the intelligence that the bench players have to say, okay, star players are doing good, this is my time to shine. So you got Kyle Singer coming off screens, he's getting open for threes, he's knocking them down, he's bringing the team back into it along with Russell Westbrook and his impact. But despite his best efforts, Memphis was able to hold on the entire game. OKC's lack of wing players and Memphis ball movement pretty much kept them out of the game. Zach Randolph's body scan is massive, just like it should be. He pretty much bullied everyone in the paint, and Oklahoma City was doomed from the start. So pretty much what he's saying right here is that so pretty much what I'm getting from this is that that teams are going to play like how they're supposed to play, but there's also methods for the computer to get by that. The computer can use certain methods, can try different methods, and also pretty much if you're playing with a guy like LeBron, he's pretty much unstoppable. But just be on the lookout for another player on the other team that might catch fire in that case, because that player might feel the need to just go off and score a bunch of points. And I don't like that either, because that sounds like a bunch of cheese that from 2K15 when you are up by 20 and then all of a sudden the star player on the other team just starts knocking down threes left and right and you just like, what the fuck, and you can't do anything about it. I don't like that. But I do like the fact that when the star player is fucking up, the role player comes in and helps. I like that method. I like where that was going. So the bullet points to take away from this, the bullet points that he left here to take away from this was the starting lineups are announced for both teams. Okay, so it's going to be a cutscene for both teams starting lineups. And then there's Greg Anthony being the third commentator to replace Steve Kerr. Kenny is joining Shaq and Ernie. There's tons of updated hairstyles, new quick substitution controls, improved NBA cheerleader dance routines, better interviews with players and coaches. Halftime show is better, but you know you're not gonna always want to watch it. The freelance motion offense is the thing of beauty. Hedge defending is definitely improved. Each defender has his own mindset based on tendencies and attributes. Improved on-ball behavior. Foot planning was completely redone and remastered. Anticipation, they've added anticipation to hesitations, full body scans including legs, and zigzag cheese and baseline cheese looks like it's almost gone. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to talk about. So yeah, it seems like 2K may be going in the right direction here, considering what the guy from Operation Sports said. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be a good game, so to say. So yeah, I like what he said here. It seems like there's a lot of positive, a lot of positive, not a lot of negative here. It seems like the cheese might still be real in 2K16 with the player, with the star players on the other team. But if your team is good defensively, then they should be able to grind it out pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to really talk about here. And yeah, some more 2K news should pop up later on. And yeah, till then, peace out.
That's what I'm talking about. Good efforts yields great results every time. Way to work.